Welcome, welcome everyone to episode number 4 of the Tech Shop Talky. Hold on, let me do that again. Welcome everyone to episode number 4, Tech Shop Coffee Talk with Ross and Bruce. I'm Bruce, and my colleague beside me is
Ross Cox.
Ross. So over to you, Ross.
Hey, thanks, Bruce. Great to be here again. And just a quick reminder, Bruce and I are here for the fun, and we want it to be fun for you. We want it to be fun for everybody, and we want you to take something away from tonight's coffee talk shop. So anyway, one of the things we want to cover tonight is the secret to working online and the secret. Okay, they kind of go together, and we're going to stay tuned. We're going to elaborate on that throughout the night, and we're going to mention it at the end about the secret.
And we're also going to touch base on the power of positive thinking. We touched base on that a little bit on episode 3, but episode 4 we're going to talk about that, and also Gillette, the woes that Gillette's having. That we're going to bring that in there. How in fourth quarter they lost $8 billion in earnings, earning potential. $8 billion gone. Now, the reason why we're doing all this about Tech Shop Coffee Talk, Ross, why are we doing this? Like, what's behind it? What's the magic in the coffee?
Well, you know what? I want to take one step back from there and lead into that a little bit, Bruce.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
You elaborated on why we're here and what are we doing. Bruce and I have both been in the field, and are still in the field. We're not going to deny that. We're still in the field. We're working hard at it. And I've been in it over 24 plus years. And I don't know the exact number on yours, Bruce, but you've been in at least 20 plus.
30, actually.
Okay, so you're at the 30 mark there. So I get it. You know, we got time. We all got time. And you know what? They've been good and they've been bad both ways. You know, there's been days not good, and there's been days that has been spectacular. We've all had days. You know, I worked in a previous company prior to this. I got so sick, literally, I got sick because I didn't want to go to work.
I know that feeling. I've worked for an oil company like that.
And there's just nothing worse than making yourself sick. And literally, you're making yourself sick because you don't want to go to work. Why do you want to go to work? You're not being profitable. You're not winning at the game.
Yeah.
You're not enjoying the employees or the job or what it is. It's part of that 9 to 5 we all slave ourselves at. And Bruce and I are ready to step out of that field. And we have found a way to do that. And we want to bring that to the people. And we want to share that with people. And we believe what we have is just spectacular. And it's not just the business, but the products and the company and the leadership and everything.
And the people.
And the people are just phenomenal. And it is so exciting and so great that we want to share it with everybody else. And it's all about sharing that. And that's why we're here. So, you know, we're gonna have tidbits. We're gonna talk about it. We don't want to cram it down your throat. We want to show it. We want to offer it. But we want to be here to add value to you in your life every day.
So to find that information, one of us has an accent, one of us doesn't. So one link, when you click on it, you might be able to understand better than the other, but both Ross's link and my link will be below in the video description, where you can dig into more information on what we were just talking about, where we're talking about residual and financial freedom and products and people and stuff that can change your life. Those links are below. And like I say, you can either check out through Ross's link or my own. And I hate to keep bringing it up. It's kind of the elephant in the room, but one of us has an accent and one of us doesn't. So we'd like you to just comment in the comments below which one, like we already know, guys, who has the accent, but just to humor, you know, other people.
But depending on that accent, Bruce, might just depend on where you're from too. Because, you know, there's people from one part of the country that may say you have an accent. People from another country might say you have an accent. So, you know, it might be where you come from, not just somebody's perspective.
So are you saying we all might experience life differently from different views.
Yeah, but in the same life.
That's profound.
And it might be how you're raised too. But at the
So
same
are you
time,
saying,
we all got an accent.
so are you saying, even though I'm talking right now, I may be the one with the accent?
You could be, but
That's
then
interesting.
again, coming from where you're from, I'm sure many people up there say I probably got the one. But who
True.
does?
Whereas a lot of people up here, we have a lot of people here from all over the world. So you want to hear accents, we got nothing on them. Anyway,
uh,
but that's the neat thing about being able to work with somebody like Ross, who him and me, we have a lot of things that are very similar, but in a lot of ways we're very different. Obviously, even just from some of the slang we use, but we both have one thing that has really connected us for a partnership, and that's this positive thinking and getting ahead, and that's one thing that really I wanted to join with Ross as a business partner, is because he is so positive. Like, Ross, how would your business do um, if you didn't have a positive mindset? If you're very negative, do you think you'd be very successful in business?
you know what? It's business is a struggle any way you
Yeah,
go,
yeah,
and you can make that struggle simple or you can make that struggle hard. Now I say simple and hard. Um,
hmm,
business doesn't have to be a struggle, okay?
yeah,
But just the process and the things that you do every day, and putting yourself at the grind wheel and just beating yourself, to that process every day. It can be a struggle. You can have a
yeah,
team that can simplify that struggle. And I got a team of guys that work with me, and positive, just being around them and the positive thinking of, we can get this done today.
hmm,
We have the ability to do this. We have the way to do this, and not be, I got guys that come in and it's just, you know, I'm sorry, they had a bad night. They slept bad, or they had a bad day. The kids were
hmm.
up all night. You know what? We've all been there. We've all had those. But at the same time, okay, maybe you did have a bad day, but what can we do to make today good?
It could start with healthy coffee.
Yeah, a simple healthy coffee can get the mind thinking
Yeah,
right. And then from there, it's just thinking right, just puts that positive energy into you, and then
yeah,
that positive energy then there carries forward into the work that you do, the production that you turn out,
yeah,
and even to the customers that you're working with, because
yeah.
they feel good about what you're doing, they feel good about how it's being done, and that positive energy just it grows, and
Uh,
it all comes back to that energy side of what that positive does.
now, in my industry, I work for a government organization, and I do actually deal with the public quite a bit. They like me when people call and complain or have problems. They like me to get on the phone and call them, and because um, when you call people, sometimes there's a problem. They're very upset, but I find if you go with a very positive attitude when you're talking to them on the phone, ask them some positive questions and figure out what the problem is, and then try and troubleshoot and help them sort out their problem. It's I'd say 94% of all the calls I've taken, at the end of it, they're very positive and come away very, very
Mm-hmm,
happy.
mm-hmm. And
It's
it's
that,
all how you start that conversation with them.
but there is that 5% that you can't fix. They just,
Well,
I don't think they had their coffee. I don't think they're,
there's a
I
there's
think,
a there's a saying for that, Bruce.
yeah,
You can't fix stupid.
um, yeah, but like you don't know what's going on in their life. Are they just going through a divorce?
You bet.
Did they just kick their cat? Did their car just break down? Did they just lose their job? There's so much more to the backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Now I lost my job. I had my I had a family breakdown, but I still got up and I went to work, and I tried to keep a very positive attitude because I knew that was the core for me to go to better. If you the more you attract, the more you talk negative, it's like a magnet. It just surrounds you throughout your day and week, and it just drags on, drags
it
on.
multiplies by 100-fold in the wrong way,
Yeah.
and it
So,
grows and compounds.
so fast forward 5 years ahead, I've been very positive, and now, like, I talking to some of my in-laws, they're saying, "Oh, I just love your job. You're taking pictures of the mountains, and you're doing a lot of driving. And your job seems very stress-free and very enjoyable." And I'm very thankful that I kept a positive mindset and didn't give up, and I got to this place.
And at the same time, that Bruce, that doesn't make all of those problems go away.
Oh no, we all have
You know what?
problems.
And maybe I shouldn't say problems, but hardships. We
We
all
all
we
have
all got
challenges.
we all got challenges, and it doesn't
Everybody's got
and,
troubles.
and it may not take those challenges away, but it may make it easier for you to get through those challenges in there. And
Correct.
and it it's kind of like, we're going to talk a little bit here tonight too about the secret,
Hmm.
and the secret of online working, and working with different companies, and working with different programs. And
Yep.
what's the secret? Everybody wants to know what's the secret. There is a secret, but what's the secret? And with the positivity, many people have gone on and done this, hundreds of thousands of people, and some do, some don't.
And
And
and you're right. A lot of people, everybody has that power within them.
yes, and back to the positive side of it, with that going on, they're in pulling that out, they came out positive, but then they got slammed, they got hit,
Hmm.
they got drugged down, they
Yeah.
they they lost, in that positive turned to a negative, and then
Yeah.
it just compounded and went the other way. But if it's kind of like the stick and stay,
Yeah.
stay with the positive, stick with it, stay with it, work your way through it. You're going to come out on top of it.
For sure. Now, the Bible says, you know, like a good man, he may fall 7 times, but each time after he falls, he picks himself up and keeps going.
Hmm.
And that's very important, that to stay positive, no matter what happens. Life throws lots of stuff at you, but
Ain't that the truth?
you got to just keep going no matter what.
Yep. You got to pick yourself up that each time. It's not that you fall. We're all going to fall.
Yeah,
The answer there is you got to be strong enough to get back up. And and
for
the one
sure.
that and the one that doesn't get back up is the one that falls and stays down, obviously. But you
Yeah.
got to get up. You got to.
uh,
That's the winner.
Ross, I gotta actually, can we stop it right here?
I
I
can
gotta go.
pause.
Yeah, just pause it for a minute. I gotta, I'll be right back. Sorry.
Okay, we're back, Bruce.
Sorry
So,
about that, Ross. I just
hey,
had to run out for a minute there.
well, you know what? There's a great example of, we want the perfect podcast. Everybody does, right? Is it
Yeah.
perfect? No, it's not perfect, and we're not perfect. But you know, what did we do with it? Okay, we had to stop and pause and interrupt on it. I get it. All right, it happens to
Yep.
us. But you know what? Let's step forward. That's the positivity about it. It's going to happen. Things are going to happen. How do you pick yourself back up and go forward? So,
For
like we're
sure.
talking about. But
Yeah,
Bruce, we're all in this journey together, and
for sure.
one of the things that we're here for too, with all, ever the positivity part, is with the healthy products. We talk about coffee, and this is our tech shop coffee talk.
Yep.
And we've got a healthy coffee, and that's great. It's not just coffee. We have a whole line of other products too that are for the healthy side. We have a whole line of, I got tonight, I'm gonna tell you, it's a chai tea.
Yep.
um Most people drink chai tea warm. I mixed it up cold tonight. That's awesome. I was kind of shocked. That's just another one of the things that we got. It's pretty good. But stay tuned, because
Yeah.
it's not just the healthy products we got. There are some things coming down the pipe that are just going to explode this industry, and that's why we're here sharing it, because we want to help people, because we have an insight of what's coming, and it's pretty exciting.
And if you tune into this channel every week, subscribe, share, and like, you'll get the information before a lot of other people. So it doesn't hurt to hear it here.
Yeah, and we're here to help you. So reach out to Bruce and I. We'll answer those questions, and we're not here to sit and beat that down your throat. We're here to just have our tech talk. And I was on a roof today working on a unit, Bruce.
Yeah.
Just a slight change of subject here, but it's a unit. It's one that I haven't worked on a lot. It's a different brand, and I don't enjoy this brand the greatest. They've got a neat unit. They've done a good job to it, but they just, I think they just overdo everything. But at the same time, I've gotten called in from the local outfit here to work on it because 2 reasons. The one guy that's working there now it used to work for me, and he hasn't been trained on them yet. And the second reason is he's on vacation, so they got to have somebody else to do it. So I'm the next in. So I'm doing his job while he's on vacation. So I'm razzing him about his job. But
that's funny. But it's all
that
good.
unit, even though as complicated as it is, and it's tied into a computer bus system, even though with all the training and everything that we got, there's still somebody, in this case off-site, that still has the final push of a button on that system.
Wow.
I can do some of the basic overridings of it. But the way that they've got this one tied in, it's not so easy to override. And I've got to get it back up and running, but I can't just short run it. I've got to get them to bring it all back online and get it up and running.
You got to be careful. Yeah.
And that's our tech side of it, because the bigger picture there is there's things outside of our realm
that we have no control over.
That we have no control of, that's being affected. One of those affected things there is the power company here in town. We've got a really special deal on our power, and so super cheap. In that process, they have a deal with all the schools and the colleges and all the high usage factors of that nature, where when it gets above a certain temperature in the afternoon, they have to shut off all their equipment to save power to operate the grid.
Yes, understood.
And because of that, they have a working relationship. Well, I've got to get everything I need done for those people ahead of that time, because when shutdown hits, it's down. I can't override that. Otherwise, they get penalized for it.
But see, the thing is, even though that's a powerful thing about thinking positive, you understand that a lot of stuff is out of your control. But if you have knowledge of some, there are some factors you can't control, but you still understand that you still have you have a lot of power, because it's still, you can choose to have a positive mindset, but work within the boundaries that are there
given to you to work with.
And no matter what, if they tie one hand behind your back, you still got to make it work.
Yep.
Whereas some people just throw their hands up in the air and say, well, I can't do it because, they give an excuse and blame somebody else. They don't take ownership.
Yeah. And, one of the things that burns me the most in this online industry is, and you've heard it, everybody's heard it, everybody's seen it. Many people have experienced it, and everybody's like, oh, you got to buy this program. You buy this program and we're going to get you so many people. You buy this program and we're going to fill your basket full of people. And you buy this program and you buy this program and you buy this program. And next thing you know, you're buying program after program after program. And it's like your business is still not growing. And
but you spent $4,000.
Oh yeah. And what people don't get is this one really burns me, is a good percentage of these people have never built a business themselves, but they're selling
ethically
a product that to people that are buying their product, they're sitting wealthy,
Yes.
And it's not working for everybody. And the thing that burns me is You don't need those.
No, but a lot of people, they're new at this.
They think
They don't know the secret. They don't know the secret.
Yep.
And they just are listening to too many voices, and they're kind of running a lot of directions, and then they say, I can't do this, and then they get these email ads saying, look, for $400 you can get the one time this week only training, how to sponsor 500 people and one easy. Yeah.
And we'll give you the insight. Here's one that I've seen posted today. This is the best one I've seen, and this one was posted as a joke.
Yeah.
Bruce, the first 1 million people to send me $1 each will get a guide on how to become a millionaire by using Facebook.
Profound.
I was like, yeah, okay, everybody send him $1, you'll get the guide. Well, what's the guide? I'll give you the secret.
Yeah, there you go. Eh?
Send me $1 million. I'll tell you the secret. Or stay tuned for the rest of our podcast. We're going to tell you the secret there too. So,
but before we go into the secret, I want to jump back. I want to change channels here. Just do a hard right, shift down a gear, push in the clutch, and you put her down a gear.
Yeah.
And you hear the old engine roaring there. Gillette. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Gillette, the company.
Yeah.
They sell men's shavers.
Yeah.
Now they did an ad during the Super Bowl, I think it was.
Okay.
And they did an ad that was very hard on men. It was, which is half their demographic.
I missed that one.
This ad was it was blaming all men for, there's some bad apples that are men, but not all men. But their commercial was it was very negative towards half of their base. Well, anyway, because of that one commercial, which a lot of people watched during Super Bowl.
Oh, you bet. Millions.
That can make or break the company. And because they picked a negative theme and really pushed it down the throats of probably more than half of their buyers of Gillette products would be probably men. Mm-hmm. What happened was their profits in fourth quarter came back, and they had to write down $8 billion loss.
Ouch! Ouch! Ouch!
Anyway,
you slice that, it hurts.
So a lesson on positive versus negative. I think they learned, being very negative towards whatever, taking a spin on that. That was a $8 billion lesson on a negative campaign towards half of the people on earth that would buy their product.
Man,
so
yeah. And there's look at the business that we're working with. We're covering 6 mega trends.
Yes.
Can you imagine a negative factor in something like that? That would just be massively hurting and sore.
So my understanding, health and wellness is over a $4 trillion a year industry.
Yes.
$4 trillion are exchanging hands every year in health and wellness. Mm-hmm. And I know there's a few other industries we're involved in that are in the trillions also. So there's lots of money on the table there.
There is, and what's really sad. What's really sad is some of those companies are not, well, for lack of terms, not legit. And I say that they come out with a good product. They start with a good product, but the problem there is those products are being made third party.
Yeah.
And the third party starts skimping on the ingredients. They start skimping on the products. And speaking from experience, I was with a company that had a spectacular product. It was doing people great. People were getting results from it. It was phenomenal. And they went in and they made the first change. And I look at the demographics and factors and go, why did they do it? And I go, okay, well, if we try to help this one section of people, then maybe it works to take that product out and put something else filler in it. I was in the room speaking with the formulator who created it. And
Mm-hmm.
that product that they took out, even though it was listed as a maybe not such a healthy part of the product,
Mm-hmm.
that piece that was in there would activate a cell that would open the cell that would allow the other part of the product to do its work.
Wow.
And they took that out of their product and put something else in it.
So that's a ripple effect on the product. The quality of the product goes down then.
In that aspect, because they took out the key ingredient that was making the cell, that was breaking the cell down to get there. And
wow.
That product on the market has a bad word and has a bad name, and because it has a bad word and a bad name, people think, oh, that's what it is, when really it was not what it is. It was the way that it's sourced and the way that it was produced makes it different than what it is. And that company from there has gone on to change their product 2 or 3 times since then. And that just and now it doesn't work, you know. And it's not just me. There's hundreds of thousands of people that it doesn't work. And not only that, there's hundreds of people that have left that company because their paychecks went from, I know one guy, he was at $100,000 a month and he went to $20,000 a month. Now you tell me,
Ouch.
does that not bite you? You know, and
Ouch.
why? That's business politics, but I think it's just things weren't set up and done right. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why you and I are here, Bruce. We've got a great company, a good product, and we're here to support that. And we want people to know that.
See, the reason why I joined this company is, first, that they have a good product, but I joined this company because of Ross. Because I know Ross, I vouch for Ross, and Ross is somebody I want to align myself with and work with.
And I'm going to take that one step farther, Bruce. The gentleman that has brought me into this business, I have worked with him in my other business for several years. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we became really good friends. But outside of being friends, he is good friends with another guy that got him in the business. It's a trickle down effect. And
Yep.
you know what? I'll go to bat for this guy. I know his integrity.
Yep.
I know his integrity is good. I know his products are good. I know his business style is great. He's a phenomenal leader, and we work with him. And it's just it's like putting a ball glove on and walking out to play ball. You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
it's his team. We're going to go play, and we just love it. And you know, why do we attract to him? Why do we follow him? Like I said, it's the integrity.
Yep.
It's the integrity behind the company, the integrity behind the owner, not only behind the owner, it's the integrity behind the products and how they're produced and how they're created and where they come from. And you know, that says a lot for a company like this, and they're going to go a long ways. And
integrity is everything.
It's huge. It's huge. And you know, if you can't develop that integrity between friends and people and acquaintance,
Yeah.
you know,
You got nothing.
You're not going to have good business partners.
Correct.
And you get that, you're going to build those strong business partners. We're going to build large teams, and we're going to grow. And you know, we're here looking for those people. We want to help those people. We want to help them grow. We want them to believe in us. We want to believe in them, and we want to work together and help people. So, and that's why we're here, bringing value. And like I say, the value we're bringing, we're just not here on the products. We're here talking coffee.
For sure.
We're talking tech. You know, it's fun. That some may like it, some may not, but we want you to come. We want you to share. We want you to like, subscribe to our pages, and we want to help any way we can.
So you're talking about secret in that industry. I'm going to tell you a secret in electronics.
Okay.
Last week I had a problem. I had to actually drive to the site. When I got there, I had no one of my radio transmitters wasn't working. I troubleshot it down to a audio processor. It's a computerized little box that it wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
So all I did is remove the power, count to 20, plug it back in, reset the computer, reboot it back up, healed thyself, and it was all good to go.
You just clearing that slate and say, "Get out of here, bug. Let's go."
You got her. And
I,
that's a lot of times, if in doubt, power down and reboot.
I seen something really neat today that goes along. I was driving through town, and a guy was up working on one of the signs, and it's one of these big. Um, Everybody's seen them. They're the new LED style
Yes.
TV screen.
Yeah.
What do you call advertising signs?
Yeah.
And you see them from the ground, and you think, oh, these are just big TV screens, okay? And that's what you think. But what was wild is he was working on it, and he had a whole section right through the middle of the sign pulled out. And I was watching
Yeah.
as I drove by, and each section is probably about 8-10 inches square.
Yeah.
And he had them all lit up and they're hanging, so you had the different pixels just kind of going everywhere. But as I drive by, he was picking them up and placing them back in right into the middle of it. What's wild is how that computer system is choosing all those pixels to make that balance, and each little card is accepting that. But yet
Yeah.
you take that card out and there's a hole in the center.
Isn't that bizarre?
You slide that card back up in there and it's all plugged up back in, and it's like you don't even know that there's little individual sections in there that
Yeah.
are being replaced in that. And it's just fascinating of technology and where it's gone. And look at us. We're on a recorded Zoom YouTube setup.
International call.
International, yeah, huge. And here you and I both, when I went to school, I was just coming in at the computer age on school.
Yeah, me too.
We were just trying to matter. I sat on the dorm with the guys in the dorm, and they were gaming. They were creating games.
Oh wow!
Now, when I say they were creating games, they were
Like
creating
Pong
they were
and
creating
stuff.
2D games, not 3D games.
Yeah, yeah,
and at the end of schooling, those 2D games were going to 3D, starting to go into 3D.
yeah.
But at the same time, there wasn't the interaction of like right now. My
You
son,
didn't have the speed. You didn't have the
oh
color.
no,
You didn't have the
my
graphics.
boy
Yeah,
is going to college this fall, and
yeah.
he's going to college on a gaming scholarship, and
Wow.
he's good at it, and he's great. And okay, I'm not sold on it, but you know what? That's what he does. That's what he's good at, and I
Yeah.
support that. But
Yes.
my point there was in that gaming side of it. Back when I went to school, I never would have thought that there would be the day that I would be on a Zoom doing something, talking with a guy in another country, uh, talking what we do daily.
Yeah.
And that's why Bruce and I have connected. We think alike, we talk alike. We're here to have fun.
Well, we don't talk alike.
Well, one of us has got that accent. I know, but we'll get one of us will get over that sooner or later.
Influence, yes.
Oh man,
That's all good. So, would you mind sharing the secret with us, Ross? There.
yeah, in talking about the secret, everybody's on the internet. Everybody's looking for the answers, and some people have the secret. Some people think they have the secret. Some people wish they knew the secret. And I have spent. I'm going to flat out tell you, I've spent thousands of dollars looking for the secret, chasing the secret. What is the secret? Finding the secret, developing the secret, working on the secret. What is the secret? Well, I'm going to tell you, and you're going to be blown away. So just if you got your coffee, if you got your coffee, take a sip right now and set it down, because I don't want you to spill it, because that's going to be hot and it's going to hurt, because you're going to be really shocked. The real secret to online is there is no secret. Now, I know that just blows you away, doesn't it? And
Wow.
and okay, what is there is no secret. Well, the secret is you yourself.
Yeah.
And what do you bring to the table? How you bring it to the table, what you have to bring to the table, and the people you bring it to.
And never give up. Keep coming back to the
Never give
table.
up. The ones who give up don't win.
Yeah.
And you know what? The thing about it is, if there was a secret, the problem is, and the reason there isn't a secret is because what works for Bruce doesn't work for me. What works for me doesn't work for Bruce. What works for Sally, John, Sam down the road may not be what works for me. So it comes down to, what are you? Who are you?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you here? Why are you doing it? What value do you have? And how can you connect? And connecting is the biggest thing. And one of my hardest things is two big things that go along with this secret. They call it 2,000 no's. Your greatest success is right after your first 2,000 no's.
That's a lot of no's.
And I thought long and hard about that and why. Well, it's the experience that comes with the rejection.
With the no's. Yeah.
And you'll find out that your greatest success is right after your no. The ones that are telling you no are the greatest possibility of the ones that will be in your business.
Yeah.
And most people can't handle the no. They can't handle the rejection. They stop. They get fed up, but you just got to plow through them, because at the end of the no's comes the yeses.
So true.
And the yeses will come, and when they come, they will come so hard. They will come so fast, and they will come in abundance. And back to your positive thinking. You've got to think through those no's, and you've got to start positive thinking. Here's my yes. Here's my yes. Here's my yes. You need to plant the yes in them before they can say no.
Very, very profound.
So,
Thank you.
Tonight's little secret. Nice little tip.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ross, for sharing the secret with us. Now, we just blew it up all over the web there. I don't know.
We need to wrap up here, Bruce, and
Okay.
we're coming up on time. So
real quick,
yeah,
click on Ross and Bruce's links below. If you reach out to us through those links, if you want more information, and either of us would be willing to help you.
You bet. And get back with us. We look to be here next week. And
yes, sir.
The week after and the week after. So just keep looking for us. Look for our channels and reach out to us. So
thank you all for coming and sharing this time with us, and enjoy a coffee on us.
You bet. Grab a coffee, and if it's not a healthy one, it's time to find a healthy one, and we're here to help you. So have a great week. Have a positive week. Look up and remember the secret. You've been told the secret. You now have the secret. Go put the secret to work. So Ross and Bruce, Coffee Tech.
Yes, sir.
Coffee Shop Tech Talk here.
Tech Shop.
Coffee Talk. We're gonna get her right. Yeah,
we'll get her there.
Accent taken care of. Yeah,
so. It's all good. Yeah.
Have a great week. We'll see you next week. Same place.
Thank you, Ross. See you guys next week.